Hey guys, Ashlane here coming at you today highlighting the Wonka deck. I'm calling this deck the game changer because everybody in Elite Nation is using it, it seems, and everybody has totally turned around their luck and gained a lot of trophies using this deck. So what we're going to do is today we're going to battle House Targaryen using this. He's going to be using this deck. I'm going to be using one of my other preferred decks. We're going to see how it works when you're going against it, and then we're going to go ahead and watch a couple replays, and then we're going to try it out for ourselves in matchmaking, see if we can't put together a win or two or three or four ourselves. So let's go ahead and see what it is. I'm playing my Building the Perfect Deck series. If you guys missed that episode, I'll link it in the description below, but I really like this deck. I've made a couple changes here and there, but I'll tell you what, guys, this deck that I'm facing has some great counters to it, and it's all built around the giant skeleton. You'll probably be seeing that pretty soon. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and just play some splash damage against these barbarians. Going to put the goblins in the center of the map, trying to distract as best as I can there, but he does get that hog to my tower. I did get my dragon to his tower. I'm going to try to sneak in a prince in the left-hand lane. If I beat House Targaryen here, the whole episode will be ruined because he's supposed to win because this deck is supposed to be amazing. But we'll see. We're going to do our best. We're not going to let him win, that's for sure. So here comes that giant skeleton. He has the princess card. We do not have the princess card. I know, cry me a river, but listen, guys, I've been trying to get this princess forever. I've now purchased 7 super magical chests. I have not received my princess. Kind of a little mad about this. Okay, well played. We'll give him the happy taunt, the happy taunt. I don't even know what you call that thing. What do you guys call that one? The happy taunt or just the taunt? The laughing taunt? I don't know. Okay, we'll build elixir. He's gonna match my elixir collector. At this point, pretty boring. Just gonna go ahead and wait till my elixir fills up a little bit. Let's drop a baby dragon back here and see if we can't mount another offense. See what he's up to here. We're approaching the last minute of the game, and that's where things get a little bit interesting, as you guys obviously know. So he has the princess card. We're going to replace the princess with either musketeer or archers. We'll decide later on. But let's drop the knight here for some splash damage. So far, none of us have done a lot of damage to the other one's crown towers here. Contemplating building this other elixir, but I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm going to have to instead drop some minions on that giant skeleton. Oh no, he counters with the arrows. That's not going to be good for us, ladies and gentlemen. Our right tower is going to go down. Ooh, yes, down. You know what? It's that big giant bomb by the giant skeleton, man. He absolutely kills crown towers. If he gets next to your crown tower, you might as well wave it goodbye, or at least 1,000 hit points off of it goodbye. And it looks like he's going to pick up the win with that. We'll drop some musketeer over here. We can't get anything going against this this giant skeleton here, backed up by the frost wizard. The frost wizard really doing a number on my troops, just slowing them down. I can't get anything going offensively, and it looks like we're going to have to say good game because this one is in the bag. 1-0, good game, House Targaryen. We're going to go ahead and reload. So that's the deck. You probably noticed most of the cards. Doing this, they'll say good game real quick here. Doing this video format a little bit different than my normal ones. I want to hear what you guys think of it. Playing somebody using a deck that we're going to be highlighting, then using it on our own rather than just watching replays or just trying it on our own in matchmaking. So let's watch a couple replays here before we do try it on our own, just so we can get a feel for the card usage in terms of a spectator, because that's a good way to learn a deck, learn when the best time is to use some cards here. So now this is DennisTheMennis. He's level 10. He's playing against a level 11 in both of these replays that we're going to be watching here. I might put these in double speed or maybe even faster, just to move the episode along, because this is going to be a little bit longer than normal episode because, like I said, new format, and we're just going to play around here, trying to hang out with you guys a little bit longer. I appreciate you taking a little bit of time out of your day to hang out with me. So let's see what's going to happen here. So 3 musketeers by the red team. We don't know his name, so we'll just say the red guy. And he's going to drop his giant skeleton. The giant skeleton's going to kill the 3 musketeers with his big bomb. Time release, so just there. And then look at that hog timing. Absolutely perfect there by DennisTheMennis. He's going to get a couple shots in on that left tower, and he does have the elixir pump still alive over there in the lower right-hand corner. Let's speed things up a little bit, at least for the first 2 minutes, so we can just get a feel for how he's using this deck. Whoa, slow-mo, not slow-mo, speed-mo. Okay, 2 elixir collectors now. Building a nice little elixir advantage. You're going to use that princess. Kind of jealous. Don't want to focus too much on the princess because that's not what we're going to use. But if you do have the princess, by all means, use it in this deck. It's very effective. So the opponent here is using 3 Musketeers with the Giant. That seems to be a very popular combination. If you look at TV Royale, guaranteed, unless you're looking at it a year from now, watching this video just for S's and G's in a year's time. But if you're watching it now in real time or close to real time after I release it, you'll notice that a lot of people are using Giants again on the leaderboard. Giants have seen a reemergence of usage, and that's what we expect from this game, right? From this game, every time they make a balance change or every time something trends too far in one direction, we'll see the Supercell, the Clash Royale team go ahead and adjust to compensate, and then the top players will adjust accordingly as well. DennisTheMennis, you can see, basically just using the hog there to chip away at that left tower, obviously using the giant skeleton. I guess if you had to name this deck, it would be the giant skeleton deck because that's really the all-star of this deck. Giant skeleton playing a lot of defense and offense for DennisTheMennis there. Let's watch this other one here again against a level 11 where he has only a level 10, and he did mention that this guy had a lot of maxed out cards. Let's see how he combats that. Looks like the opponent is playing the Inferno Tower as well as the Balloon Minion Horde Barbarian. He's playing a Giant Skeleton as well. This is an interesting deck that he's going against, and the red seems to have a little bit too much going on there. As you can see, DennisTheMennis quickly takes out that left tower, and that's the thing, guys. If you can get a Hog and a Giant Skeleton to a tower, it's pretty much down. The game over, right? 1 tower down. So that is the perfect world scenario using this deck. So now we're going to go ahead and wait a little bit again to reload. I am playing this in double speed, so don't panic. We're not in the last minute quite yet. But look at that. Boom! That bomb went off, took out another 1,000 hit points off that right tower. Absolutely insane. And at this point, DennisTheMennis is playing it cool. This is what you're supposed to do when you have the lead, guys. I see some people being too aggressive when they have a lead in the game. Make sure when you have the lead, still want to poke here and there on offense, but you can also afford to, build that next elixir collector. Keep that elixir advantage. You can see he loses his right tower, but he had that giant skeleton already on their right tower, the opponent's right tower, so this game is going to be in the bag. He has almost full health on his left tower. He's going to play a little bit of defense here. Frost Wizard's great on defense. He does have that balloon that gets right on his king tower, but he does pull off the victory against a level 11, a high level 11 at that. So let's go ahead and see if we can build this deck and have some success as well. Now, like I told you guys, I am not being hyperbolic here. We have about 4 or 5 guys in clan chat. I just threw it out there, guys. Do you guys have any deck that you are absolutely loving right now? And everybody answered the same. I love the Wonka deck. I love the Wonka deck, Ash. Share the Wonka deck. So that's exactly what I'm doing. Let me go ahead and build it now. Probably should have had this one ready for you guys so you don't have to see me painstakingly, monotonously try to match these cards up. On my week off, I was playing some Super Mario Bros. 3 for NES. Not something that I've played in about a decade or more, but they have that card matching game. I'm not sure if you guys, I might be dating myself here, but basically you're matching cards for extra lives in the Mario Brothers. They have like a side game basically within the game. I'm gonna put the archers in there, by the way, for the princess. They're not gonna shine like the princess does, but they have the same elixir cost, so you'll get the feel for how to use these cards at the same average elixir cost. So anyway, in Mario Brothers, they have the what am I missing here for a card? Let me check this real quick. In Mario Brothers, they have the matching card game, and I was awful at it, and it reminded me of when I'm trying to build these decks as I'm recording. Not the most skilled guy in the world. I was missing the Frost Wizard. He is in there. Let's go ahead and click battle, and next time I'll have that deck ready for you guys. Thanks for hanging in there. Let's see if I can win against this guy, Stariver V. Probably butchered that, but let's go ahead and start it out here. Now remember, you just saw it in clan chat if you were spying on my clan chat, but Dennis said that patience is absolutely key with this deck, and to be honest with you, patience is really key in almost any single deck you use. Even if it's an aggressive deck, you have to know when to be patient, you have to know when to hold them, as our buddy Kenny Rogers might suggest. So let's go ahead and drop some barbarians on these 3 musketeers, and then we'll let the archers and the wizard kind of tail along here, see if we can get something going. He's playing the princess, just kind of rubbing it in my face that he has a princess card and I do not. Let's try to sneak a hog on the right tower here. He might get a few hits in there, but that frost wizard's going to really slow him down. That's the thing about the Frost Wizard. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but that slowdown is really useful, especially if you have a couple of them in back of a tankier unit like the Giant Skeleton here. So I do have my, let's drop the Giant Skeleton, speaking of Giant Skeleton, and we'll put that Ice Wizard right down at the same time as the Giant Skeleton, and now this is going to be tough for him to counter. And as a matter of fact, guys, I think I'm going to get this right tower down pretty easily. He has nothing going on right now. Okay, there's his P.E.K.K.A. Interesting that he chose to play the P.E.K.K.A. there. I wonder what else he had in his hand. No real defensive move there. He has a princess in the corner. I'm not going to continue with this push. You can see I just built the elixir collector. I'm just going to get reload here a little bit. Maybe chip away with this hog at his elixir collector. I want to try to maintain this elixir advantage right now. You can see I'm set 7, 8, 9 elixir. I'm going to drop the archers over here just to chip away at that frost wizard and the princess. I'm going to need something for the princess because she's going to take down my archers. We'll use some goblins. So things are looking pretty good right now. We'll do another Giant Skeleton Ice Wizard combination. So if you can Giant Skeleton, Ice Wizard, and Hog, you're looking pretty good here. And look at that Ice Wizard against that P.E.K.K.A. there. He's definitely not going to take down the P.E.K.K.A., but he's slowing the P.E.K.K.A. up a lot. And if I can sneak in some goblins here, I'll take that P.E.K.K.A. down. Now, granted, he countered with the barbarians, but look at this. I have barbarians of my own, and archers, and Ice Wizard, all on that left tower. 3 Musketeers is going to be a pretty good counter against that. I just might get this tower down. Let me have arrows up. Let me see if I can quickly arrow. No, it was probably a bad arrow move there on my part. Getting a little bit sloppy, to be honest with you, but this is the beauty of the Giant Skeleton. I'll drop him over here. He'll go down pretty fast, but he will drop that bomb. That will take out the Musketeers, leave the P.E.K.K.A. I'm going to have to play some kind of defense in the right-hand lane. I have Barbarians of my own that will be ready in just a second. That will be fine to stop his Barbarians. I'll win easily on that trade, and I have the Frost Wizard over there on the left. I have the arrows up, but it is a no-go. I win. So that was pretty awesome. I gotta say, I know why they like this deck now. It's a pretty good deck. Guys, I want you to go ahead and try this deck out. If you're slumping especially, or if you're looking for that perfect deck, you can see I've been trying out a few different decks. I've been having a lot of victories, a lot of defeats as well. So I am excited to use this deck to see how high I can climb. I haven't really done a push per se. I've been mostly experimenting for a while. So I think I'm going to push using this deck. I love this deck. I want to show it to my clanmates to say, hey, so far, so good. Yay. So, guys, thanks so much for watching. I do want to know what you think of this kind of a newer, longer format. And, guys, thanks so much for watching. As always, take care.